Hey everybody, the hottest spot for sports in Central Florida is right here. Sports Central coming up next. Stick around, everybody. Hey everybody, and welcome to Sports Central. I'm Mark Jackson. To my right, Mr. Hank Longo. My right to your left if you're directionally impaired. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Absolutely. So how's the water ski training going, buddy?
The water ski training is going pretty good. Was at Tiger's World at 6 a.m. yesterday morning and doing my Bowflex at 6 o'clock this morning, so I'm ready. I'm getting ready.
You need to get ready.
I'm getting ready.
You got something to prove this year.
I got something to prove.
Yeah,
so
good
we're
stuff.
Coming to rock. Coming to rock.
There you go. Well,
fun show coming up. We have some great guests.
Oh, we've got some great guests. A couple of ladies from the Junior League. One of my favorites, April Porter.
Yeah, April's going to be here in just a little bit. And of course, we're going to start things off with Mr. Eddy Varela in the house.
Thank somebody?
Yeah, I do want to thank somebody.
Dementia set in a little bit earlier this weekend.
It's caught me in the first segment of the show, so it's going to be a long show. I want to thank the folks at the Hampton Inn in Lakeland for their support of this segment of Sports Central.
I was just out there this week, having lunch at Abuelo's. That's a cool property, though.
It is.
Both of them are.
Yeah. That whole area is really
just
a
blossoming.
Neat experience for from out of town. That part of Lakeland.
Unbelievable sports right now in Florida, Hank. I mean, it is. They talk about the amateur sports capital of the world. Where is it?
It's right here in Polk County.
Right here in Polk County. We're going to tell you in a little bit why that is. But before we do that, Hank, we have a very special guest. Haven't seen him in a couple of years, but glad to have you back, Eddy.
Thank you for having us. I appreciate it.
Well, absolutely. Eddy Varela. I got that right, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Okay, because I had it wrong before, but memory fades a little bit after 2 years. Sometimes after 20 seconds.
After 20 seconds into the show, but Eddy's with a great event, the annual Lakeland VW Car Show, and as we were talking before the show, a huge event with the just the number of people that come to this event.
We've been lucky. We've been blessed. We had 650 show cars last year. And we've had over about 8,000 people come to the event. Local
650?
Show cars. We get people from all over the country, from Europe, from Puerto Rico, from the Virgin Islands that come to our event every year.
Unbelievable. And these are all VWs?
Volkswagens, yeah. Rail buggies, dune buggies, trikes, kit cars, anything Volkswagen related, air-cooled or water-cooled.
Volkswagens, both Hank and I, of course, are from up north. And Hank from Minnesota, I'm from Wisconsin. But in the snow, Volkswagen bugs were fantastic.
Yeah.
Those things, you could go anywhere with them.
I used to have one.
Almost like a four-wheel drive.
I used to have one, actually.
You did?
Yeah.
I believe
and
that.
I had it my freshman year up at Northern Michigan University, up in the UP in Michigan.
I thought you were using horse-drawn carriages back then.
No, you're thinking of your era.
Oh, I see.
You're thinking of your era.
I hear you.
I don't even know if they had horses back then.
650 cars. Where do you park them? Where's the event this year?
We do it at the Lakeland Center. We're on the south side parking lot.
Okay.
We have plenty of room. We have over 5,000 parking spaces, so we have plenty of room for everybody to come and show up. We have live bands, DJs. We have good food. We give away a free rail buggy, turnkey, drive it home on Sunday afternoon. It's free. You put your name in a bucket, we pull your name out, and you win a car.
I'll give you one of my business cards. You can put it in for me. That'd be awesome.
Yep.
Wow.
We also got donated a brand new rail frame from Fisher Buggies in Tampa, and we're going to be passing that out also as door prize. We have over $5,000 in door prizes that we give away at the event.
Well, how much does the buggy cost in itself?
Right around $5,000.
Oh my gosh. And now, is this just like the buggy, the frame you sit in with the engine in the back?
Yes, it's totally tubular frame. It's basically, you're just sitting there with a two-seater and you go and have fun. It's on and off-road. You can enjoy yourselves. Go over the mounds, the dunes. They're all over the place. They're like in California and Florida. We go out to Claremont, go out to different areas in the state and have fun with it.
So this is the 7th annual that you're having,
yes.
And does it continue to build every year, the interest in this event?
We've been blessed. Every year we've been lucky. We have over 50 vendors, new and used part vendors. We've been 650 show cars is nothing to laugh at. It's one of the biggest in the state. It's really
650. That's just like hard to believe.
That's filling up a parking lot right there with show cars, let alone all
and
the
how many
folks
people
that are
normally
coming.
come?
Thousands. It's a blur. By Sunday afternoon, it's a blur for us.
Yeah, you're a blur.
It's fun and exciting. We have a lot of things going on at the same time. We do stuff with the Lakeland Orphanage. We collect canned goods for Lighthouse Ministries.
Wow.
We try to do a lot of nonprofit events going on through the show. Try to raise money for different nonprofits, and we're also promoting the Lakeland Raiders football team.
That's right. Their first
game is this Saturday.
That's right.
Yeah, they'll be coming out, and
everything's going on.
Yeah.
So now it's the 15th, 16th, and 17th. So this is a 3-day event that the folks can come out and
3
enjoy.
days. We meet up at Hardin Boulevard at the Burger King.
Okay.
Next to Target, right across the street from the Hampton Inn, actually. We'll meet there on Friday night at 6 o'clock, and then Saturday and Sunday we'll be at the Lakeland Center.
Okay.
Now, when you say you meet up there at 6 o'clock, is that all the vehicles are up there? Or?
Yeah, we meet up with the hot rods, all the hot rods and the Volkswagens and buses and Beetles and things. And we have Volkswagen things are very nice. They're very collectible. We have a lot of large rail buggies.
Those things are still on the road?
Still on the road. They're still kicking. You can't kill a Volkswagen. I don't care how hard you try. You can't kill one.
I had one in my entire, but it was a Jetta.
They're nice.
20-some years ago.
We're also going to have the Lakeland Volkswagen dealership is going to be there showing brand new cars. They're going to have the Jettas and the Volkswagens and the new Beetle that just came out a couple years ago. So they'll be there, showing their support, and it's a lot of fun seeing the new cars.
Any sessions like, I don't know, if you want to learn more about it, get into it, or is it just mainly, just go up to the vendors and say, hey, I'm interested in getting one. I'd like to get into, this type of a club or whatever?
That's our biggest thing. We do have like two major clubs come to our event, and we try to get people signed up and explain how, we want people to understand Volkswagens and get into them, and we want to try to get young people into them. We want to keep it alive. It's hard nowadays because of the new cars and all the technology that's coming out, that the old school cars are getting pushed on the back burner, and so we're trying to push them forward. You get 30 miles to the gallon on a Beetle. 30, 35 miles to the gallon. That's not bad nowadays at $4 a gallon.
And what are some of the neat things that you like to educate them about that are unique about the VW?
It's air-cooled. Everybody's always looking for a radiator, and those cars are air-cooled. They're in the rear. The motor's in the back of the car. They're just fun and exciting. They're very easy to work on, very safe. There's a lot of times people worry about everything being high dollar and high technology, and it's a very simple car. It's very basic, very simple. Motor is simple, transmission. 4 bolts hold the motor in. You take 4 bolts, the motor comes out.
Oh my gosh!
It's it's a handyman's dream. We get to enjoy ourselves every day. We work on our own cars. We have fun.
You can still use a dwell meter and a timing light.
Yes, actually we do. Yeah,
and I'm not even sure if they still make those, but in fact, I've got one in my tool chest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was rummaging through some stuff. Oh, I forgot about this in there. I'll never need this again. I may.
So how many VWs do you have?
I was up to 60.
You have 60 of your own?
I was up to 60 of my own, yes.
Oh my
I'm down to, I think,
gosh.
35 now, 32 or 35 vehicles.
So you've got to have a warehouse to store them in.
Sort of. A backyard, a big backyard, and a lot of friends. I store them at friends' homes and stuff, and hide them at my kid's house. And I don't tell my wife when I buy one; I just hide it, and that way she doesn't get mad. Yeah, she probably is watching. Yes, yeah, we try to hide them.
Eddie, I have a technical question because of the it's affecting us in the marine industry a lot. The ethanol. How is that? And how is it affecting your industry, and what can people do, particularly with an older vehicle or, in your case, VW?
The ethanol is destroying our engines. Destroys anything, our carburetors, our engines that's not designed for ethanol. They do sell, there's one gas station on South Florida and Edgewood that does sell regular fuel, regular fuel. There's additives you can put in the gas to help keep it clean, but ethanol is not what it was cut out to be. I mean, it was supposed to be a savior, and it's destroying our motors. It does do damage.
There's a new product out. I met a guy this last summer with a company called Gevo out of Colorado, and they manufacture a product called it's a chemical isobutanol, and it doesn't have all the destructive effects that ethanol does. Yeah, and what they were trying to do was open up various stores or work with Racetrack or whatever to sell isobutanol as opposed to ethanol. And and it's a sugar derivative, corn or sugar cane or any beets, all of that type of stuff. But that may be something you want to check out.
Definitely. I mean, we're trying to cutting edge with like oils that we use for our engines and stuff. Now we're going to synthetic, and the synthetic oil wasn't designed for our motors, but they are. Some of these big oil companies are coming out with synthetic oil for us, for the 4-cylinders.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's really surprising. It's really nice, actually, that they think of us.
Yeah. The event itself, it starts at 9 a.m. in the parking lot at the Lakeland Center. Is there a ticket? Do you have to buy a ticket?
It's $5 and $2 for parking on our side of the parking lot. It's $7 across the street at the main building. If you register for the car with a show car, then it's 2 people come in for free, and everything's free. Once you get in the gate, everything's free. Rides for the kids, face painting. We do give like free cotton candy for the kids. We do a lot of stuff for the kids.
Yeah.
It's a family event. Yeah. That was our biggest thing, is to do everything for the family, and it's affordable.
Food, snacks.
Food, snacks.
Oh, okay, you got it.
As long as there's food and snacks, I'll be happy there.
Everything's affordable. We try to keep all the prices down so it doesn't get crazy. Because you go anywhere nowadays and you're paying a fortune.
Yeah.
We look at a family of 4, and we try to keep it affordable for everybody to come out and have a good time and enjoy themselves and not, drop a car payment.
Yeah. And do you have a website if they want to go online and check anything out about the show?
We have www.lakelandvwclassic.com. Right now, I think we have over 20,000 hits.
Oh my gosh! And can you see some of the cars on the website that will be at the show?
Yes, we do. We have different pages that have camera. We have a lot of pictures from the different years of the different events that we have on there.
Now, are there any dragster VWs?
Absolutely. Fisher Buggy has his dragster. He comes out and brings his dragster once in a while, and it's one of the fastest Volkswagens in the world.
And how fast does it go?
I don't know. It's 1,200 horsepower. I don't know.
In a Volkswagen?
In a Volkswagen, in an air-cooled Beetle. Air-cooled Beetle.
That's how air-cooled. Can you imagine 1,200 horsepower?
1,200 horsepower.
See a little VW bug doing a wheelie.
They fly.
Turn me the love bug.
Oh, great.
Now, question on the engines and that type of stuff. They're really, if my memory serves me correctly, which it usually does, unlike Mr. Longo over here. But with the Volkswagens, you don't have a cooling system that you have to deal with. You get 4 cylinders, and timing and all that. It's really pretty easy still to maintain those things.
Absolutely. You got points, condenser, coil. It's very, very simple. It's probably one of the easiest and cheapest cars to own nowadays. I mean, you're talking about $50 can do a tune-up. You can build a brand new engine for $1,500, $2,000. You got a brand new motor.
Jeez.
I mean, where can you do that?
Yeah,
and they last 100,000 miles.
Yeah, there are a lot of memories for people too. I remember one time I was out in Sacramento, California. Of course, this isn't the little bugs, but it was the Volkswagen vans. And those things back in the 60s and 70s were really popular. Well, I was
lived in them.
Well, I was in Sacramento in 1990 or something like that, and come out of the hotel, and all these people and all these Volkswagen vans were out there. People sleeping in the bushes, sleeping underneath their vans. Well, I come to find out, Grateful Dead concert.
Absolutely.
So they had all the deadheads, but they're still driving those Volkswagen vans. And they're on the road, they're running and all that stuff.
They're very, very popular nowadays. A 23-window bus sold for $210,000 on an auction.
A 23-window
bus. So
wow.
Volkswagen bus, a 1959 23-window bus sold for $210,000.
Oh my gosh.
They're up there.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, Eddie, thanks so much. Again, it's March 15th, 16th, and 17th. It's at the Lakeland Center, and if you want more information, you can always go to the LakelandVWClassic.com. So I think I got it all, didn't I?
You did. Thank you.
Well,
absolutely.
Thanks,
glad to have you. Got to make it more than once every 2 years. Good.
Absolutely.
It's always good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully we'll get a chance to get over there and check it out. That's pretty neat stuff. Well, everybody, one of the things that going on right now, amongst many others in Polk County, basketball. Of course, we just finished up with the state high school boys and girls basketball championships. But at the collegiate level, the Southeastern Fire, we'll try it that way. You got to check out this footage. Hank and Mark, we'll be back right after this.
This year's team is a bunch of freshmen. We have 1 senior, 2 juniors, and a few sophomores. This is my first year with Southeastern men's basketball. But what's been unique is as a young team, we were able to gel quickly. We started out 7-1, went and played some Division I and Division II schools and got some losses, but learned a lot of experience. Right now we're 14-8 and we're right in the middle of league play. Some interesting things have happened with our team this year. We've won 4 games against top 25 ranked opponents. We beat the number 10 team in the country, number 2, number 4, and the number 16, which shows that we went on a good night. We're capable of beating anyone in the country, even with the young team, which most coaches would say a young team is a bright future. This year our goal is to be competitive in the Sun Conference tournament. We'd like to be the first team to win a game in the conference tournament, and right now this team is showing signs to be able to do that. For the future, we want to play in the NAIA tournament. We want to be a team that's consistently playing for some hardware at the highest level of competition in NAIA. And in our league, it's been proven to show if you are competitive in the Sun Conference League, you can go to the tournament and make some noise. The unique aspect of Southeastern University is the Christ-centered culture and the unique divine design that our school implements with every student. There's a hands-on approach through athletics, from our AD to our VP to student development. This year, our leading scorer is Patrick Ryan from Orlando, Florida. He's a junior. He came in this year as our point guard, but he's had to step up since we're such a young team. And then the guy in the middle is Tim Jickle. He's a senior also. He's a senior, our only senior this year. And he's played well for us. He actually hit the winning layup against the number 3 team in the country, St. Thomas, when we upset them a week ago. And so he's coming into his own. And one more thing about Tim Jickle, which is very special, is he was just named to the Academic All-American team for the NAIA. He's got over a 3.4 GPA, and he's leading our basketball team, which is an amazing feat for a young man. If you want to follow Fire Athletics, go to www.seufire.com. If you want to follow especially the men's basketball team, you can follow us on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @CoachRJAYBARSH. And we're always putting information up about the school and about athletics.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Sports Central. I'm Mark Jackson. This is Hank Longo. If you're just joining us, shame on you, because it's been a great show so far. We have some great guests coming up, including April Porter, running queen extraordinaire, and Blair Brooks, 2 names synonymous with sports in the junior league of Greater Winter Haven. So we got some exciting stuff coming up next on that. Hank?
But we want to thank our dear friends at Hollywood Tinting and Signs and Bartow for being the sponsor of the second segment of our show. And, you know, It is baseball season in Polk County. We got the Tigers here for spring training, and Russ Matt has kicked off our college series at this great invitational that has just really taken over for filling up for the Cleveland Indians. So a lot of slugging going on in the ball fields around here right now.
Oh, it's unbelievable. The Russ Matt Baseball Collegiate Invitational, something in our 4th year here in Polk County. It's been one of those events, Hank, that has just been a blessing. Once the Cleveland Indians left, we certainly had to find something
just
to replace that economic loss. Otherwise, restaurants will go out of business, hotels, motels out of business, and it just makes it a lot tougher. So this year, 228 teams, collegiate teams, on average, they'll stay 10 days. And there'll be more than 900, I can't remember the exact number, I want to say it's 956 games will be played from February 18th through April 4th.
It's amazing.
And it's phenomenal.
It's amazing.
So it's just pumping money right back into the Polk County economy.
And we've got them coming in the visitor center because
do you really?
In between games they're trying to find out things to do in the spare time, because they'll have games and then they won't. But a lot going on. Tigers, we've got all the people coming in on a daily basis for
Tigers, in fact,
spring training information that we have there at Outpost 27.
Well, yeah, coming up in just a few minutes, we actually have some pretty interesting footage from an event that's really unique to the state of Florida, unique to spring training, and that is the Major League Scramble. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but the Tigers themselves looking pretty good this spring.
Verlander's pitching good.
Oh my gosh, he is just throwing it.
Yeah.
And Cabrera, I saw him on Saturday against the Pirates make 2 plays. I mean, just phenomenal at third base. This guy's not, hot to trot, jacked one out. So, Tigers are looking good going into this season. Will they repeat as American League champions?
I hope they take it all the way. We'll see. They got the talent.
It is exciting. And then, of course, Lakeland Raiders kick off their season this Saturday, which is, another benefit to the tourists that are coming in, and of course our citizens. But that's an exciting time, going in and watching football. We're a month out from the Super Bowl, and you start to go, oh man, I really miss football. What am I going to do on Sunday afternoon? I can't watch the Green Bay Packers. But right here in Lakeland, indoor arena football. And it really is a good time. It's family friendly. The prices are affordable. I think the season tickets, you get a season ticket pass for somewhere around $55.
Yeah.
I mean, really? So, that's really great. And sort of on the arts and cultural side, we've got some cool stuff coming up too. The Florida Ice Cream Social. Magnify credit. You're putting it on the line.
I know you're not going to miss that one.
That is a good one.
That's one of your favorite events of the year.
Well, it's coming up April 6th, and you can actually go to FloridaIceCreamFestival.org if you want more information. And you don't have to bring your own spoon.
Oh, they'll provide the spoons for you. Well, hey, we've got a really neat video that we want to share with you with one of NASCAR's top Sprint Cup drivers, David Reutimann, and
heck of a driver and a great interview coming up. So for those of you that had an opportunity to go to the Daytona 500 or any other race so far this season, congratulations, because great day, great opportunity, a couple of wrecks, but nonetheless, David Reutimann, name synonymous with, and I like that word synonymous, but he is synonymous with sprint car racing, NASCAR. So, with all of that said, Hank, everybody, check out this interview. Hank and Mark will be right back with April Porter and Blair Brooks. Stick around, everyone.
Wish I knew. I mean, that's the unique thing about our sport. New team, new organization, new car, new generation of car. There's going to be a lot of variables. So I don't know. The BK Racing team is right now is just barely a year old, and they've still in the building process. So I think hopefully as the year progresses, you'll see us continue to make strides and gain some momentum and do the things we need to do. But starting out as any young team, it's going to be a little difficult from time to time. Yeah, I ran Daytona. Daytona last year with them, and actually ran Darlington as well with them. And it was great. I mean, really considering that everything came together so late in the program, that it was amazing that they could even make it to Daytona, much less be competitive. And actually, we had a really good race. Got caught up in a deal at the end, but overall had a good race for the entire weekend. So pretty impressed with that. And those guys are pretty tenacious. Ron Devine, the guy that owns the team, he's hardcore. He wants to go racing, and he's putting up his own capital to do it. Well, I mean, you go from a team that has a lot of resources, large groups of people. I mean, all intents and purposes, a very large race team, to a situation with Tommy Baldwin, very small budget, small group of guys that work extremely hard. And that was a struggle last year. And then you go to this year with the guys at BK, a bigger organization, a multi-car team. So I've been at all aspects. We've been at the top and been at the teams that are just starting. And in Michael Waltrip Racing, it started at the bottom and worked its way up there. So hopefully we can do the same thing with BK.
Neil Duncan here for Sports Central. We're at the 18th annual Major League Scramble here at Cleveland Heights. The Detroit Tigers, City of Lakeland, Polk County Sports Marketing, all have come together to bring this annual event. You've got stars of yesterday like Al Kaline, to the skipper of the team, Jimmy Leland, all the way to mega superstar Justin Verlander here at Cleveland Heights. Let's take a look at some of the action. Justin Verlander. And Justin, you're a staple of this event. Come out each year. We want to thank you and ask you what makes this event so special for the Tigers.
It's just a fun time. We get to come out here and really support this town and get to meet new people every year. And it's a great event, and it's just fun to get out here and play.
77th year that the Tigers have been spring training here in Lakeland. What does that relationship mean to you as a player on this team?
Well, it means a lot. I actually live down here in Lakeland, so obviously I know that we're an integral parts of this town, and we're kind of implemented ourselves into the culture of this city. And it's been a lot of fun since I've been down here, and I love it down here. That's why I moved.
A lot of expectations last year going into the season, winning the American League Championship, coming just a little short in the World Series. Obviously, that's the goal again this year. What skipper got you guys doing here early on in spring training?
Nothing different, just playing the game the right way, just doing things the right way, all the small things. Early in spring, that's what you work on, the small things, covering your bases, bunts, things like that. And then, we start up games here soon, so getting ready to roll.
Well, thank you so much for your time here, and good luck this season. Now here with Max Scherzer, and Max, you led the American League last year in strikeouts per inning. Looking for more of the same, I'm sure, this season.
Yeah, we want to go out there and have another good year. Obviously, we have all the talent in the world, but it doesn't mean anything on paper. We got to go out there and play baseball, and hopefully I can go out there and have a good season and help the team win.
What does the Lakeland area mean to the Tigers organization?
It just shows you how much history is with the Tigers. Even the greats throughout the years have done their spring training here. Al Kaline, Willie Horton, some of the legends that are part of the Detroit organization. And, the organization is just enriched in Lakeland. And, Lakeland embraces us, and it's just a part of the Tigers' history.
Well, we appreciate you coming out to the Major League Scramble, and good luck in defending that American League Championship, and hopefully get a World Series ring this year.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks for having me. All right, thank you.
just never know who you're going to catch up with at the Major League Scramble. I'm here with Eric Michaels from the Max Morning Show with Eric and Mike, and hey, hitting it, bud.
Horribly, but it's a pleasure to be out here. Thank you, Neil, for everything that you do for us and allowing us to come out here and be a part of the big event today.
Keep that up. Keep going.
Absolutely, because after all, when you think Polk County sports marketing, you think Neil Duncan, and I'm standing next to the man right here.
Obviously, you're a big baseball fan, Cubs fan, I believe, but it's always good to have the Tigers back in town. 77th season spring training right here in Lakeland.
I'm very excited about it because, of course, they're the defending American League champions. They're going to be in town. And, of course, I always go out and support the Lakeland Flying Tigers during the normal season, especially when my Daytona Cubs come over. But it's great family entertainment, very low cost, cheaper than going to a movie. You can't beat it.
Where can we catch you? In the mornings, Max 98.3?
That's pretty much it. And, of course, on Thursdays you want to tune in because we have this man right here joining us. But, no, each weekday morning, 6 to 10 on Max 98.3. Love to have you join us.
Part of the Hall Communications family and one of the great sponsors of Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing. Eric, hit him long, hit him straight.
I'll just try to hit him.
All right, thanks. Here with Bill Tinsley, special liaison to the Detroit Tigers for the city of Lakeland. And Bill, another Major League Scramble here at Cleveland Heights.
Fantastic. It's our 17th and Scramble, Major League Scramble in Polk County, and of course now it's the Tigers Major League Scramble. We're so excited to have the quality of players we've got out here today. There's a bunch of fans here, a bunch of sponsors, a lot of people having a great time. Beautiful day today.
Absolutely. 77 seasons now with the city of Lakeland, longest-standing relationship in Major League Baseball. First of all, how does the city continue to maintain that relationship, and some exciting things coming down the road here for the Tigers and the city of Lakeland?
It is the 77th spring. We're very proud of that fact. That doesn't just happen. It happens because of an organization like the Tigers, their dedication to our community's dedication to an embracement of that club. Of course, the Michigan folks make up a big piece of us and who we are, as this team's been here long enough that a lot of folks have reestablished residency here. But there are some exciting things on the horizon. Our Tiger contract is due it comes up in 2016. It seems like a while away, but that's 3 years. And we've been working for the past summer, looking at projects and stadium improvements that are needed for player development and other business changes that will help carry us to the next contract level. And to accomplish those, you have to start now, and we've been very busy all summer. We'll work on it in the spring pretty heavily, and then hopefully move forward and see some actual changes to the stadium for the fans and player development areas this next 2 years.
When you think about it, 77 years in Lakeland, unless you're 78 years old, you don't know of Tiger spring training anywhere else.
That's absolutely correct. It's amazing. Of course, it all started at Henley Field when the Chamber of Commerce brought that first team here. And we do have some residents that have been here for that entire period and still very proud and loyal fans.
Talk a little bit about what the Lakeland Flying Tigers mean to the Lakeland community.
Well, and they happen to be the 2012 champions. And what an incredible playoff series they had this year, how much fun that was. But a lot of people don't understand Major League Baseball is a year-round, 12-month experience in Polk County. That is something that wasn't the case 20 years ago. But now there are rehab players here. There are not only the Flying Tigers who play a 60-game season during the summer, but you also have extended spring and instructional leagues and all of these other special camps that come here. So it's a year-round utilization of the facility that we're having to make some of these modifications to better accommodate.
Bill, thanks for all you do. Thanks for all the city of Lakeland does, and we're looking forward to 77 more years with the Detroit Tigers.
Well, I couldn't be prouder of the two organizations I work with. Thank you.
All right, thank you. caught up with Ron Myers, Director of Florida Operations for the Detroit Tigers. And Ron, ready for the 77th season of spring training here in Lakeland.
Yeah, about 72 hours. We'll be throwing out the first pitch and getting ready for another great spring. As the defending American League champions, we're anticipating a great spring.
Not only the defending American League champions, but the Lakeland Flying Tigers are the defending Florida State champions. So after the Major League team leaves, you've got the defending state champs. How about that?
Oh, that's exciting too, and it's very rare that you have, two of your teams in the same organization going to a championship series, and we did that with Lakeland and had the opportunity to win the championship, which was a lot of fun. And then we went to the World Series and we came up a little bit short, but I think this team now they're a little bit more hungrier, and we'll see what happens in the postseason this year.
We'll talk a little bit about this event, the 18th annual Major League Scramble. The Tigers have been a long-standing participant of the event. Really couldn't do the event without you. Talk about the relationship with the city of Lakeland and the Detroit Tigers.
Well, in Polk County Sports Marketing and the county, everybody jumps in and makes this an annual event. But when you look at the other spring training camps throughout Arizona and Florida, this one stands out. This one continues to survive. And the players, to get as many players as we have and coaches to come out here, they enjoy it just as much. And it's not only about the competition against each other, but the friendships that are made here, the relationships that are formed. This is a fun event and very unique.
Talk about the relationship between the Tigers and the city of Lakeland. As we alluded to earlier, 77 years, spring training here, longest standing relationship for Major League Baseball. What keeps that relationship so strong?
I think the relationships. You could take a variety of Detroit Tiger employees, you could take a variety of city employees and take their logos off them, and you wouldn't know who worked for who. It's been a relationship that goes back all the way to the early 30s. And the first year they came here, they won 100 games and they won the World Series, and they backed it up the next year. So the history here is, again, this course here, because of the Cleveland Indians being in Lakeland before the Tigers, is why this was built. But again, the relationship between city officials, our Tiger officials, and the county officials, it's been a relationship that's very unique. And I use that word because it is very unique, and it all forms with the relationship. They look out for us, and we look out for them.
Well, defending American League champs, defending Florida State League champs, good luck on this season and many seasons to come, starting right here in Lakeland, Florida.
Great. Thank you very much, and we look to see you out at the ballpark.
Now here with Brock Whitmire, General Manager of Cleveland Heights Golf Course. And Brock, another fantastic day here, and your staff here has really got things ready for us for the 18th Annual Major League Scramble.
Neil, you're exactly right. What a great day. Weather's great. Got the Tigers out here defending American League champs. City of Lakeland shining, Cleveland Heights in great shape. Volunteers, couldn't do without them. All the staff, hardworking folks from the county. A lot of good partnerships come here as well. But great day. We couldn't ask for better weather, and we're just excited to keep this thing going. The momentum's going.
What's it mean to a municipal course like this to host the Major League Scramble with the Detroit Tigers?
It's huge. Being able to show off Cleveland Heights, which we think is the gem of Polk County. One of from a historical standpoint, it's one of very few courses built prior to 1930. So, and to be able to share that with the Tigers and the city, it's all one big partnership, and we're glad to have them, and we're hoping we got a long relationship going here with that.
The American League champs from last year, and hopefully the World Series champs coming back next year. Brock, thanks so much.
Absolutely, thank you all for what you do.
Well, that's going to wrap it up here from the 2013 Major League Scramble. Special thanks to the Detroit Tigers, the City of Lakeland, Cleveland Heights Golf Course for a fantastic event. All that's left now is for those Tigers to go get that World Series title this year. Go Tigers!
Hey everybody, welcome back to Sports Central. Mark Jackson along with my co-host, Mr. Hank Longo. And Hank, Mr. Neil Duncan doing a lot of lip-flapping out there with all the celebrities.
Yeah, I got to hang out with all the superstars from the Tigers. Fun day out at the Major League Scramble for you guys. And what a way to go to work on a Thursday. Was it a Thursday that you got to play? Oh, you don't remember, but anyhow, Tuesday. Well, hey, we want to thank
more
the
than
folks.
2 weeks ago, you know.
We want to thank the folks at LEGOLAND, our
Water
sponsor.
park's opening up this Saturday, March 9th.
Yeah.
So that's what this. Yeah, the second year for the water park.
Yeah,
That's a
here we go.
cool
It
thing.
is. It is.
You can build your own raft. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Kim Eisman told me that. And then I went over there and looked around and going, man, this would be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be another rocking year at LEGOLAND. Looking forward to it.
Boy, they're rocking now, I can tell you that.
And if you
What
want to
a
get the
park.
best ticket prices in town, come to Outpost 27 because we got a deal. Or you go on our website to get our ticket. So
Kind of a
let
selfless
folks know
plug,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But, you know, let people know.
I got you. Hey, you know, you can't stay fit if you don't exercise.
That's right.
And you can't exercise and not get fit. Well,
That's
some
right.
people do, but you know, the bottom line is it's about healthy lives, right?
Healthy lifestyle.
Right.
is what
Whether
we
you're
need to
training to be a world-class water skier or a championship baseball player, or you just want to get the
in
heart
shape.
rate where it should be.
That's right.
You know, Mr. Aerobics right here. One thing you never do, you never hit the mic. And I just smacked into that mic.
You would you still work out at home to your Richard Simmons DVDs.
No, I had to stop that when you picked that up in the Jane Fonda tapes.
You and those cute little pink lycra
tiny
shorts
tights.
that you used to wear. Okay, moving right along, we do have some fun guests for this segment, and Mr. Jackson, if you would like to introduce the ladies
I'd
that
love
are
to.
joining us.
Two of my favorites. April Porter. If you're looking at these lovely young ladies, on the left is Blair Brooks. On the right is April Porter, and they are with the Greater Winter Haven Junior League. Just finished up an event 2 weeks ago that Hank and I had the honor, the pleasure to MC downtown Winter Haven 5K, and raised all sorts of money for charity and for all the great things that the Junior League does. Ladies,
great event.
Glad to have you.
Thanks for having us.
Well, it's great, and by way of introduction, Blair, you're with the Brooks Law Firm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just met your dad for the very first time yesterday.
Was he trying to get you out on bail or what?
You've been so busy working on your cases, he hasn't had time.
Thank God I can afford it.
Yeah. And April, you've got to tell us what you do again.
I'm CFO for my family citrus business.
Okay.
So Noble Citrus,
Right.
Noble Juice, and some blueberries as well.
You guys are getting into the blueberries.
We are. We've been in them for about 5 years now.
Okay.
Almost ripening season. So.
Very
We're
interesting.
seriously thinking about having a blueberry fest here in Polk County.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm going to put you on the spot. Is that something you guys might be interested in? Of course, the Rowe Family Citrus business is great stuff. And, have you ever had Noble Juice? It's awesome. They have this tangerine orange juice thing. Oh.
I'll tell you where you can try it. That's at Family Fit Fest.
You can?
Yes, you can. We'll have a Noble Juice tasting booth.
When is Family Fit Fest this year?
It's Saturday, March 23rd, so in a couple weeks. For those that are in school, it's the first weekend of spring break, so we hope people will hold off on the vacations and come enjoy Family Fit Fest.
And where is it?
Downtown Winter Haven, Central Park.
In the park?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's
and
right.
last year, if I remember correctly, you had this special snack called Ants on a Log. I'd never heard of them.
It's part of Kids in the Kitchen. And
Okay, now what's Kids in the Kitchen?
It's a national event that the Junior League of all junior leagues in the country participate in. And it's really an event focused on teaching kids how they can eat healthier. Last year, Blair's group was the one that did Kids in the Kitchen and came up with Ants on the Log.
This year they'll have all sorts of new treats and ideas for the kids.
So, like, what are some? Can you share some of them with us that you kind of thinking
smiley
apple smiles.
Apple smiles.
Apple
which is
smiles?
2 slices of apples with some peanut butter and little marshmallows between, so it looks like a mouth with teeth.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And the kids love it, right?
Oh yeah, they have a blast.
Can adults eat them too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, can stop by and
We'll
have
save
some.
you a few.
Oh, will ya? Mm-hmm. How about some Ants on a Log? You can have any of those this year?
We can cook some back up in the kitchen. We'll have to see.
For those of you that don't know what Ants on a Log, what it is, it's celery with peanut butter and raisins. And another healthy food. So whether you're an athlete or you're just trying to keep your family healthy, which is one of your missions.
Exactly. And our goal with Family Fit Fest is really to bring together organizations and businesses in our community with families, whether it's kids, parents, grandparents, and help them learn how they can live a healthier lifestyle. So eating healthier, exercising, we're going to have Zumba there. So maybe you could, take a spin at that and lay off of the jazzercise for a day, but Zumba would be... But, it's really just an opportunity for everyone that attends to learn how they can bring healthier lifestyles to their family.
Okay. Blair, you've been in, obviously your family has been, everybody knows the Brooks Law Firm, okay, and been involved. Why and how did you get involved in Junior League?
Actually, through my grandmother. She was a sustainer through the Junior League, and she talked to me about it, about the ideas and what Junior League stands for. And I was like, oh, this is a good idea. So I did decide to join it, and I've loved every minute of it. So
That's
been
cool.
Great.
Now, did you run in the Light Up the Night 5K?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
How did you do?
I did okay. It's not my best time ever, but I finished. I ran the whole thing.
Well, that's complimentary right in itself.
But I'm sorry, Hank, go right ahead.
What are some of the things that the Junior League does for the community? Because I know it's a great organization. Maybe you can share that with our viewers.
Sure, we have several issues that we like to focus on here in Polk County. One is education, another is health, and then child hunger. And those are our real pillars of issues that we like to address. We have a couple different projects like Family Fit Fest, which combines the health and the education. We also have a Mother's Voice, which reaches out to the jail system, and we assist mothers that are incarcerated read to their children through recordings. And various other projects, and some new ones that we're going to unveil next year, and also really piggyback and take Kids on the Kitchen into more of a grander scale around the county.
And it all operates with volunteers.
That's right. That's right.
And it's folks that are willing to share their time and give to the community, which is just admirable. All the time that goes into the event, because when we were commentating the run a couple weeks ago and looked at all the people and all the organization that went on to put the event together, a lot of folks really dedicated a lot of their personal time to make that event happen, let alone the things that you do all year long.
Did the number surprise you? I know that when you were originally talking about Light Up the Night 5K, and it was cool. I mean, it was, at night, and the lights, you had all this type of stuff, tons of volunteers out there. You're originally anticipating 150.
Yes.
That didn't work out that way.
Oh, no. I think it was 450 ended up signing up. We, in fact, had to close the registration. We had to cut it off.
I know that they were really, really busy. Hank and I were standing around the registration table for a little while, and I was going, oh, moly, this is
got a lot of folks coming. Yeah,
it's some great stuff. But so you've got Light Up the Night, very successful, one of the most successful programs that goes to support all the things that you do throughout the year to benefit the community and the families. Let's jump back a little bit. Actually, we're going to jump forward to the Family Fit Fest. It is March 23rd. It's downtown. Now, is there any cost to it?
No, it's absolutely free.
Okay.
Free
Apple smiley faces.
Free.
That's free?
Free.
Okay.
Gosh, she'll be camping out overnight there just to get in line for that
My
one.
sleeping bag for that one.
It's free for anybody, any business or organization that wants to come set up a table if they have a mission sort of related to fitness, health, education. And it's also free for any family, child, grandparent, parent that wants to come and attend.
So you want to know how to eat healthy, how to be healthy. You're going to have all sorts of vendors down there.
Exactly.
Okay, and you also have an Easter egg dash at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Brooks, what is that all about?
It's just a chance for well, the Easter
Blair,
egg dash.
what is that
Yes, it's just a chance for the kids to run around, collect some eggs, get some neat treats. We're going to put toys in them instead of candy because, of course, we want to promote healthy eating and the activity.
Is there an age limit?
It's our last age group is 12 and up.
Yes.
So,
12 and up?
You
go, buddy.
could participate.
Be knocking some little kids out of the way to get in there.
So they get healthy snacks in there?
Well, they'll get the healthy snacks at Kids in the Kitchen, but they'll get all sorts of little neat toys like yo-yos and silly bands, things like that, and the Easter eggs. Yes. And rumor has it the Easter Bunny is going to be there.
That's right.
Wow. That'll be exciting. Make sure I have my basket when I am down there.
And if folks want to find out more about the event, you have a website that they can go
We
to.
do. They can visit our Junior League website, which is jlgwh.org, or you can check us out on Facebook, Junior League of Greater Winter Haven. We also have a Family Fit Fest page, I believe.
Yes.
And the event itself, this is important because the event itself is from 9 in the morning on Saturday, March 23rd, until 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Correct.
So it'll be nice and cool, be great weather. You guys dialed that up. You've been on your knees all week. And we're hopeful that that's going to work out. So.
Yeah, great.
Wow. Ladies, thanks for
Great.
joining us. It's always
Thank
a
you
pleasure.
guys for having us.
So we had
That's
Anson
nice.
Long.
They get to sit next
last
to me.
year.
I'm so
Yeah.
privileged.
Yeah, Smiley Apple
Smiley
Face. and
apples.
Smiley
Yeah,
apple
and
face there.
Hank gets all the benefits here. Once again, ladies, thank you so much, and we'll
Thanks
look
for
forward to seeing you
joining
on the
us.
23rd.
Perfect.
All righty. Well, everybody, we were talking about sports in Central Florida, in Polk County, and Polk County being the amateur sports capital of Florida during the month of March. Here's one of the reasons why. The Florida High School Athletic Association not only has the boys and girls basketball championships, they have the boys wrestling state wrestling championships at the Lakeland Center. We have some great footage, and as a former wrestler, this is some good stuff. Hank and Mark, we'll be back right after this. Stick around, everyone.
Being at the state tournament is a tremendous accomplishment. These kids work all summer and they wrestle all year long to be here. And you get to wrestle against kids that they've put the same amount of time in, but they're from all over the state, and this is the highest level that we go in a high school organization.
At this level, conditioning is probably the top-notch thing that you have to overcome to get to this point. Folk-style wrestling, which is high school wrestling, is conditioned and based. If your conditioning is not very good, you don't go very far. The technical aspect is certainly very important, but you have to get to the point where your conditioning exceeds what you came in during the season. It takes a special person to wrestle. A lot of our guys get to the point where in the match it's a head-to-head, but because their conditioning is lacking, they a lot of times will give up points, in which it ends up giving up the match. This place is great. Top-notch ran. These guys that are in charge, they know what they're doing. They make everybody that's coming in feel comfortable. We know where we're supposed to be. There's no questions asked. If we do have a question, it's answered pretty quick. These guys are doing a great job.
Lakeland hosting the state tournament is a great deal for us because it's a local centralized place for the whole state to everybody to come. There's plenty of staff. The referees are always the best in the state here, and you usually get good refereeing, but in any type of sport, you're going to complain about the referees from time to time.
This is a sport where the harder you work, the more successful you are. And a lot of kids get put on the back burner that play football or baseball because they're just not big enough or they're not fast enough. This sport, you don't have to be big enough, you don't have to be fast enough. We have weight classes. It builds your character because if anybody who's been into a real wrestling room, if you can make it through a 2-hour practice and you can do that the whole year, you're really building your character. Wrestling in the long run is a lot more about being a better man later on down the road. kids come here and see this high level of wrestling, see the kids that are going off to college. It gives young kids in this area something to shoot for and to build on the next, the following years.
Here we are, folks, back on segment 4. Want to thank Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill for sponsoring this segment of Sports Central.
And I should have said, welcome back.
Yeah, but you're kind of dozing off there.
No, studious guy that I am. When was the last time you were here? It's been a while.
Yeah.
Coldest beer in town, by the way. Not that I would know, being the teetotaler that I am.
Yeah. I don't get over to Lakeland that much. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's a good place.
Great place to be, but
crawfish etouffee is my favorite. I love that dish. Wrestling state championships, man, that's something else. We were talking a little bit off air that
tough sport.
It is a tough sport. This was back. I hate to say it, but it was back in the late '60s, and when I wrestled in high school, but up in Wisconsin. Discipline was a little bit different up there. Coach used a rubber hose and other assorted things. If you got out of line, you didn't do what you're supposed to. And
they weren't afraid to whack you.
No. And, of course, there wasn't much of a discipline problem back then either.
No,
but
exactly.
Nonetheless, that is a very disciplined sport. Our good friend we've had on the show several times, Mike Santani, who's been with the Orlando Magic forever, but he was a state wrestling champion in Wisconsin twice. So he was top notch and went on to I believe it was UW and wrestled there. So good stuff. But don't miss that training.
So a couple things we want to share with the folks as we're going to wrap it up here. Sun and Fun is coming up.
Oh my goodness gracious! We were talking a little bit about some of the events that are taking place here in the month of March, and Polk County, amateur sports capital of Florida during the month of March. Well, doesn't change much in the month of April. The Sun and Fun Fly-In, which is the state's largest convention, Hank, believe it or not, almost 200,000 people attend that convention, but it's also a sporting convention, sport aviation, home builds, and so on and so forth. That's coming up, and it's coming up April 11th.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that a little bit more as the event gets closer and closer. And another event that's going to happen in April that's always a big event is the Winter Haven Hospital Foundation Citrus Classic 5K Run and Walk.
That's always a good one, and that has a long history of of great stuff and great runners that have participated in that. So again, it's the Winter Haven Hospital Foundation Citrus Classic 5K Run and Walk. Absolutely good stuff.
Well, we have some great sponsors that we want to thank that always make it a special support of Sports Central. The Florida Department of Citrus, LEGOLAND Florida, Contempo Vacation Homes, Hampton Inn, Lakeland South, and Hollywood Window Tinting and Signs. Thank you so much, Chris and Rachel, for all your support.
Well, thank you, Hank. And everyone, our next live show will be April 5th. However, this show does air every single day if you just can't get enough of old Hank and Mark. And check out the following dates and times for re-airs of this show. Well, this is Mark Jackson for all the staff at the PGTV production group, also the Board of County Commissioners. Ladies and gentlemen, we certainly hope you enjoyed this show. We'll see you again next time.